Hi everyone, Medina here. Hope you're doing really well. I'd like to mention three things today that I think are of importance. So, the first thing I'd like to chat with you about is called soul conferencing. At the moment, we're needing to basically heal any wounding in our relationships on all levels. And so, soul conferencing is an extremely powerful way of doing that. Uh, what soul conferencing means is that basically you go in and you talk to the person that you're having challenges with on the inner, and you express fully everything you need to say, and they express fully everything they need to say. And then you basically, by releasing that, you're coming to a place of sort of a good status quo with a situation, and you're remaining in neutrality, so you're not attached to the other person's response, but you're able to say everything that you need to say from your perspective. So basically what happens is, the way I do it is I recommend people to center themselves in their heart center, in your, for example, your flame of divine unconditional love. And then I recommend that you go to your favorite place in nature that you really love. So you get really centered in that space. Feel how it looks, how it sounds, how it smells. So your energy is fully present in that space. And it can be somewhere either real or imagined. And then you call in the higher self or the earthly self of the person that you are working with at this time. The higher self obviously is the self that is easier to connect with. So it's the higher aspect of the person's being. The earthly self is the self that you're used to dealing with. So, for example, say they're very challenging to try and communicate with, then you might want to call in the higher self of the person. But I want you to know that this really works deeply, and that they can hear and feel everything that you're doing in the physical. And sometimes after you've done one of these sessions, the person can actually contact you because they're feeling the shift energetically. So anyway, what you do is you call in their higher self or their earthly self, and then you fully express everything that you need to say. So anything that you've been unable to say to them on this, earthly reality, on this 3D reality, you say to them now. And then you are remaining in a sort of a state of non-attachment or neutrality. And then you allow them to express what they need to say, but you're not attached to that. You're not responsible for their response. And so if they respond in a way that's not particularly positive, you're not being impacted by that, because you're not attached to how they respond, but you're allowing them the opportunity to express as well. And then you continue to express everything you need to say and allow them to continually express till you're both basically empty. You've expressed everything. And then you can ask them if they would like to connect again. And then you can commit to reconnecting with them if they're asking you to do this soul conferencing again. And then you let them go in love. So that is soul conferencing, and that is really needed on the planet at the moment. You're wanting to clear as much karma as possible. You're wanting to clear away any emotional debris, any sort of things that are holding you in lower frequencies, and forgiveness is the key, and also surrendering, letting go. So I hope that's helpful. The other point that I'd like to make today as well is that India really requires our prayers at the minute. They are making a stand against not participating in the sanctions against Russia. And so the cabal are not happy about that. And also they are standing up against human traffic lights. I won't say the word. And again, the Cabal are not happy about that. So for these two major reasons of them taking a moral stand, they're being energetically targeted by the Cabal and maybe physically as well. So up to the 8th of May, if we could send India our prayers, and also Pakistan, because as we know, these two countries are often pitted against one another in the way the Cabal does to create division so that, we can continue not being united with one another against a higher force that is actually the one that's controlling us and pulling all the strings. That has been in the past, but it's shifting now, and we're stepping out of that type of paradigm, which is excellent. So sending prayers to India and also Pakistan. I've got a hair in my eye. and just doing what we can to contribute to the global healing. I'd also like to share with you the most fabulous secret, a major secret that Big Pharma don't want you to know about, that's coming up now. And obviously, it's relatively simplistic, and Big Pharma want to keep you on their medications and so forth, so they don't want you to know about this. So I hope you find this useful. I found it very helpful. And funnily enough, that morning I just put what they're talking about in the form of a lotion on the bottom of my feet, because, in terms of your feet are very profound in how they impact your body. So on the base of my feet, I was putting this lotion that they're talking about. But anyway, so that was an interesting synchronicity. So have a beautiful day. If you would like to work with me, I have sessions available. The links are below. And also I do have some mentoring spots available as well. So contact me if that's something you're interested in. Love to work with you. And also my Patreon community is building. I'm really excited about that. I've got heaps of fantastic offers, and it starts at $3, so it's very affordable. I'm also promoting businesses now as well in there, and I'm also going to be working with kids to help kids. Very affordable for families as well, and teens too. So if any of these things appeal to you, please check out all the things I'm offering, and also a whole lot of different groups as well. And I'd love to see you there, and it really supports everything I'm doing as well in working for the collective. So thank you. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you hopefully back at the next video shortly. Bye.
What we're going to be doing is shifting all that emphasis and that money from the synthetic medicine back to natural medicine. What sort of advice would you give a nation to say, look, we have to heal our people, bring them to optimum health, past the COVID nonsense, but just return us to what we can be? Talk us through that, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a great point. So I, for one, speaking up, you've obviously listened to some of my interviews. I've actually said that pharmaceutical drugs, they're all toxic to the human body if you ingest them or put them in your body for longer than 3 months. They're going to be toxic to your liver, your kidneys. These are unnatural substances. They're only going to destroy organs over time. However, short-term use, like you just mentioned, for example, I used to tell people all the time, look, if you get shot with a gun, with a bullet, don't come to the chiropractor thinking an adjustment's going to fix it or vitamin C is going to fix it. Please go down to the ER. They can actually save your life down there. They've got drugs to keep you from bleeding to death. They have the surgical procedures. They have anesthesia to put you under so they can take the bullet out without you screaming the whole time. There are some miracles in relationship to life-saving therapies and modalities in medicine. But that's the only thing I trust when it comes to medicine. It's about the only thing. Short term, if you develop symptoms of some sort, I just want to bring this back to light for people. I've done this for the last 20 years. People would come in my office and go, Dr. Artis, I have migraine headaches. How often? Every week. For how long? 20 years. Okay, what do you do for it? Tylenol and Imitrex. And this is exactly what I'll do. I'll look at them and I'll go, do you take Tylenol and Imitrex, these two drugs, for your migraines because you think you have a migraine because you're low on Tylenol and Imitrex in your body? And they would all start laughing just like that. No, that's not why I take it. I go, well, then why'd you take it? And they're like, because I want the headache to go away. And then I'll go like this. But are you still getting migraines? Yes. So you've been taking Tylenol and Imitrex every day, every time you get a migraine for the last 20 years. And then I ask them, is it getting rid of your migraines? No, they're still coming. But it does reduce some of your symptoms? Yeah. And then I look at them, I go like this. Wouldn't you like to know what's causing the headaches so they never come anyway, and you never need Tylenol and you never need Imitrex? Wouldn't that be a great idea? It's obviously not a Tylenol and Imitrex deficiency or Advil deficiency. It's obviously not what it is, or an aspirin deficiency. There's a reason for your headache, people. You are most likely mineral and vitamin deficient, and you need to put the minerals and vitamins back into your body. Where do you get that? From food. For example, the number one cause for migraine headaches, for example, Australia 1. The number one cause worldwide for all migraines is a magnesium deficiency, period. And if you'll take magnesium, 500 milligrams or even more than that every day, you'll notice over the first few months, all your migraines are going to start to disappear, and they're going to go away. Tension headaches are going to disappear. Something else is going to be amazing. Your sleep's going to improve because magnesium is required to sleep. You're also going to see your bone density is going to go up because magnesium is the only thing that carries calcium into bone, and then your bones are going to be stronger and healthier. You're going to see your sleeps improve, restless legs disappear, involuntary cramping of legs goes away. Involuntary cramping, by the way, like your calf cramping, hamstring cramping, that's only caused by calcium excess, too much calcium and not enough magnesium. So once you put the magnesium in, it draws the calcium, excess calcium out of the muscles, and you don't involuntarily cramp anymore. It's phenomenal. What about high blood pressure? Magnesium deficiency causes high blood pressure. What about arrhythmias that people are on drugs for? Magnesium deficiency. There's so many things you're going to answer. What about acid reflux? Do you know that in Australia, acid reflux is the number one over-the-counter drug purchased in the entire country and in the United States? Acid reflux. Do you know that acid reflux is caused by magnesium deficiency? So just so you know, you can answer a lot of problems if you just address the underlying cause. The underlying cause for everything I just mentioned, including kidney stones, magnesium deficiency, and calcium excess. If you just reduce your calcium supplement load and increase magnesium, we could save millions of lives, get tons of people off of heart medications, high blood pressure medications, kidney medications, osteoporosis medications. I mean, you can save the whole world with this stuff. So we can make a huge difference if you just make simple changes to your diet and to the things you're putting into your body. Also, I will say, just so you know, there are anti-cancer properties, seriously, at preventing you from ever getting cancer. There's atherosclerosis, or hardening of arteries, can be reversed with magnesium, by the way. But cancer, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, and calcification of arteries, plaquing of arteries, vitamin C helps correct all of that. That's a sign or symptom you're vitamin C deficient and vitamin D deficient. So put that stuff in, and it'll help you protect you over time. And then you won't need expensive chemotherapy drugs that kills 90% of all cancer patients. You won't need that stuff. It's toxic and deadly. There's simple things you can do to make those changes.